If you have ever experienced a sharp, painful sting of jealousy, you know it is one of the most uncomfortable, isolating emotions a human can feel. We often view jealousy as a modern psychological defect, a toxic mix of insecurity, possessiveness, and low self-esteem that we need to suppress and cure. But if you look at this from an evolutionary perspective, jealousy is actually a highly sophisticated, beautifully calibrated adaptation. If it were a useless, purely destructive glitch, natural selection would have weeded it out of our gene pool millions of years ago. Yet, jealousy is a cross-cultural, deeply hardwired human universal. So did ancient humans get jealous? And why did our ancestors evolve an emotion that causes so much psychological pain? The secret to why we get jealous lies in our unique, highly cooperative mating strategy, pair bonding. As we established earlier, human babies are born exceptionally helpless, requiring years of intense around-the-clock care. To keep them alive, our ancestors had to abandon the competitive, brute force harems of other primates and develop cooperative partnerships. Raising a human child became a joint venture between a male and a female. It was an evolutionary contract of shared energy, shared food, and shared protection. But once you sign a high-stakes, long-term contract, you need a way to protect your investment, and that is where jealousy comes in. It is a biological smoke detector designed to sound an alarm the moment your cooperative contract is threatened. But because males and females face different biological risks in these ancient contracts, evolutionary psychologists have discovered that they actually evolved completely different triggers for jealousy. For ancient males, the primary biological threat was paternity uncertainty. In the natural world, maternity is a biological fact, but paternity is an act of faith. A prehistoric mother always knew with 100% certainty that her baby carried her genes. But a prehistoric father had no DNA tests. If his partner was physically unfaithful with another male, he faced a massive genetic catastrophe. He risked spending 20 years of his limited, hard-won survival energy hunting mammoths and defending the camp, only to raise another man's genes. Biologically, this was an evolutionary dead end. Because of this high-stakes threat, male jealousy evolved to be highly sensitive to physical infidelity. It was a raw alarm system designed to protect paternity certainty. For ancient females, however, the threat was completely different. Because a prehistoric mother was guaranteed to be related to her child, paternity uncertainty was not her problem. Instead, her biggest threat was resource diversion. A prehistoric mother and her infant relied heavily on her partner's protection, warmth, and high-energy food like scavenged bone marrow and honey. If her partner fell in love with another woman, he wouldn't just be sharing his affection. He would be diverting his limited resources. He would be redirecting his meat deliveries and his protective spear away from her and her baby. To prevent this, female jealousy evolved to be highly sensitive to emotional infidelity. It is a biological alarm system designed to protect romantic commitment. But in a small, tight-knit, prehistoric tribe of 50 to 150 people, jealousy was also a massive social hazard. As we know, ancient humans lived in a world with zero physical privacy. You slept, ate, and lived in constant close quarters. Infidelity was incredibly difficult to hide, and an uncontrolled outbreak of physical violence or jealousy could easily tear a small, fragile tribe apart. To prevent this, human cultures developed powerful social buffers. They built strict relationship taboos, complex marriage rituals, and used the shared judgment of the campfire feedback loop to regulate behavior. If a partner stepped out of line, the community's immediate gossip and disapproval acted as a peaceful, highly effective social corrective before violent jealousy could boil over. We built a modern world of complex relationship structures, dating apps, and individual independence, but our ancient hardware still runs the same protective software. We still feel the same protective panic when we perceive a threat to our partner's commitment or physical loyalty. Jealousy is not a sign that you are broken, and it is not a modern psychological glitch. It is simply your ancient, deeply caring evolutionary smoke detector doing its absolute best to protect your most fragile biological investment: cooperative love. The next time you feel that uncomfortable sting, try not to view it with shame. It is a reminder of how we survived by choosing to protect, choosing to commit, and choosing to walk the long, cooperative road together, one heartbeat at a time.